Hello everyone, this is Arafelon, and I was feeling kind of nostalgic, so here we have Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. The crystals being all bright and bouncing, and then there's an evil flash, and they kind of go dark, and the lights get sucked out of them and flung off to the four corners of the world. Press any button. Now, I believe this was the first Japanese-style RPG I played. I call it Japanese-style because it was actually made by Squaresoft US as kind of an intro to the genre for people not familiar to it. Apparently they were thinking after Final Fantasy IV, which they called 2, of porting Final Fantasy V over as 3, but decided it would be too confusing and complicated. And given the whole job system, maybe they had a point, but still kind of disappointing. But anyway, they made this instead, to kind of ease newbies into the whole thing. So, we have a bit of story here. My village is gone, what on earth is going on? And yeah, I kind of want to see how this holds up, all that. But right away, we're seeing a nice technical thing here that a lot of games don't do, and I wish they did. A lot of newer ones, you get a full text log where you can just scroll back through it, but here, not only do you get the last thing the current person speaking said, you get the last thing that someone else said, also on the screen at the same time for context. It's kind of nice. So is the music. The music is quite good. You press the B button and jump across. It's tutorializing, you kind of have to do this somehow. But yeah, you can jump over things on the, the main screen. The exploration, whatever maps. That's something you don't get in a lot of games. It makes it feel more like a Zelda-ish kind of thing. Good for puzzles and such. Anyway, over there is the Focus Tower, once the heart of the world. We're getting the Focus Tower music, which will become quite familiar later into the game. But prophecy says the Vile Four will steal the power and divide the world behind 4 doors. At that time, the night will appear. The prophecy has now come true. 4 monsters lock the doors, escape with the keys. They're draining the light from the 4 crystals of the earth, and the world is in chaos. The world is randomly chaosized there. The people are in desperate need of help. Only you can save the crystals and the world. Because of course. Me? Yes, you! Only you could be the knight spoken of in the prophecy. And we know this how? Look out, a monster! Oh yeah, here's our intro tutorial battle. You can actually lose this, as I found out when I did a test recording. Oh, I think I knew that already, but it was confirmed. At this point, you have no spells, so you can't use spells. You have no items, so you can't use items. You could defend, but there's no real point to it, so you just attack. Behemoth attacks with Horn. 6 damage. Attacks with Seal Sword. 25 damage. And normally that's what you'll get each round of the battle. But either you or the opponent can get critical hits, either you or the opponent can miss. If they get enough criticals and you miss enough, or some combination of those, you can lose this fight. You're not really meant to, but it can happen. Also note your health is displayed in a graphical format by default, instead of as raw numbers. Another neat thing the game does here, you notice the horns that kind of disappeared off the behemoth. As enemies take damage, their sprite will change into a more damaged looking one, so you don't see exactly what their health is, but you can get a general idea of it from their appearance. You see I missed there, that wastes around. It's looking very beaten up now, so one more attack should do it. But it doesn't help that our character here is slower than the enemy. And there it goes. Fades away, defeated the enemy, 84 experience, 3 gold. Seems I was right, at last I found a true knight. But you said you were sure! Well, it was more of a guess. And that exaggerated shrug that you keep seeing a lot more than I remembered. So where I can find the crystals, it's up to you. Becoming dangerous, follow me to the level forest. There's that shrug again. Gotta get out of here. And who is that guy? Anyway, this is the world map theme. We'll be hearing a lot of that. And the mountain just disappears off the map behind us. We can never go back there again. That location is just gone permanently. And I'm pretty sure that's also the only time we hear that music, the Crisis theme. It's very good at being crisisy. Anyway, we have full control now. We're in a forest area. We have the jump, which moves you across over one tile, 2 tiles forward. So if there's a hole or something in the ground, you can jump over stuff. You cannot jump over obstacles, usually, other than simple gaps. For instance, the trees over here, the trees are solid. You can't jump over those, even though it looks like you should be able to. If you press your main action button, you can stab your sword. That has no effect on trees. There are some other things that can be affected. Anyway, here's this old man, or whoever he is. There you are. What do you think I should do first? Save the Crystal of Earth. See ya. Okay, we have sort of an objective. And there's that really exaggerated shrug again. Can't jump over here either. You can see there are monsters on the map. This is one of those games where you have what I've heard called symbol encounters, where instead of randomly running into enemies, they're just there, you can see them, you know in advance whether you're going to fight, and some idea of what. Anyway, that boulder is blocking my way to town, would you shove it aside? Well, you're kind of in the way there, guy. Going to get out of it? Yeah, you can kind of get stuck here if you don't try things out or read the manual. As you can tell if you read the manual, and I'll splash this up on the screen, not only can you jump over gaps in the terrain, you can also jump over NPCs, which is incredibly useful in places where they get in your way. So you can just kind of shove this rock. There you go. If you want to go through the forest, find Kaylee and show her this. I think that's pronounced Kaylee. Anyway, we found Tree Wither. That is a key item. This guy remains in the way, but we can still jump over him. We can push the rock a little further, get to this chest, and find 3 cure potions. If I go into the menu, you see them over here now. It doesn't tell you what they do, but unsurprisingly, cure potions recover some health. Not very much. I think it's proportional to your maximum because I'm pretty sure that's the only healing item you get, and they can't possibly be that way through the whole game. Yeah, we have Tree Wither. You can check spells, there's nothing here. You'll notice at the bottom here it shows 3 white, 1 black, 0 wizard. The magic system, unlike later Final Fantasy games and many other JRPGs and similar, instead of having 1 MP pool where spells cost a different amount of MP, you have an MP pool for each category of spells, levels, whatever you want to call them. So currently I could cast 3 white magic spells, 1 black magic spell, or 0 wizard magic spells, if I had any. Which I don't. Under armor, you can see they have this grid here. There's this thing over on the side that seems useless at the moment. You'll see we have steel armor, provides 6 defense. We have a total of 6, as you can see at the top there. As you get better and more equipment that is automatically added and equipped, it updates your total, it updates any resistances and whatever with the best from each category. Similarly, weapons, there are different types of weapons which you can switch between on the fly, and you will automatically use the best of whatever category it is. So there are 2 stronger swords. I think the others were axes, claws, and bombs, but we'll get those later. Status screen, you can see I have the 3 gold and 84 experience from that one battle. We need 264 to level. We have attack, we have defense, we have speed, we have magic, accuracy, and evade. Elemental defense and special defense at the bottom. I think special was just status effects. Customized, you can change between scale and figure for your life meter. I do like the scale, so we'll keep that. kind of like if you could have both, but there's not really room on the screen with the way the thing is. There's a control auto-wear manual that's currently inaccessible. There's message speed, which I think is pretty good where it is. Window color, let's make it more of a violet color. Yeah, I like that. And you can save. Save completed. There we go. And we'll just leave the forest over here. And one thing else, other thing I do remember is the chests, the wooden chests like these. They don't stay collected. The game does not remember that you've collected them and once you leave the area and come back, so you can just come back in, keep grabbing them, stock up as much as you want until you run out of patience or space. Pretty sure you have that 99 limit on each item, which is pretty typical. They have free cure potions, as many as you want. And you can jump your way along. As on the world map here, we have 2 arrows leading out of the level forest. The one to the right is active, meaning we can go this way to Foresta, the forest village. We cannot go up to that battlefield there. If I press select, you can scroll the map around. You can see that spot there where the mountain we came from used to be, and apparently his town used to be near there also, but we never do see that. If we scroll around, we can see the rest of this area. There's, you can see there's things leading up here. We'll get an exit from the forest to that battlefield, to that cave, to the other battlefield, to that ominous-looking skull in the middle of the desert. But anything beyond there, we just have cloud cover. You can kind of see the tower focus there, focus tower. But if you scroll around the rest of the map, you can't actually see much of anything. There's another tower over there, some mountains. I think maybe if we come up here, we might be able to see. Yeah, there's a pyramid in the ice. And over here, there's a volcano. It probably comes as no surprise that's where the crystals are. And yeah, that's our basic intro to the game. Yeah, the music here, the map music isn't bad, but it's not one of the stronger ones in the game, and it repeats pretty quickly. They don't really expect you to be on the world map for that long at once. But anyway, this is Arafel playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, otherwise known as Final Fantasy USA in Japan. I think it was called just Mystic Quest in Europe. I think there was another game that's also called Mystic Quest in some regions, just to confuse things. I believe that was the first Seiken Densetsu game, called Final Fantasy Adventure in the US. Anyway, this is all beside the point. For now, this has been Arafel playing Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and yeah, next time let's actually get started. Actually, let's put the story from the manual up on the screen for now, just to let you kind of read through that. There is more to it there than there is in-game, but none of it is really important as such. It's just kind of flavor. Yeah,